Welcome back to Real Housewives of Orange County, episode 4 recap. And I'm just comfy on the couch and we're just gonna have a little chat about this episode of Real Housewives. Once again, like in my last video, I am going to ask that you please be respectful of me and of the people I'm talking about. This is reality TV. It's not that serious. Just wanted to connect with other people, other Bravoholics. Keep in mind, when you're commenting, I'm a real person, they're real people, etc., yada yada. You know what I'm trying to say. Let's get into it. So this episode, I feel like I've watched this episode 3 or 4 times now, because I basically have. I usually watch after the episode airs. They on Bravo, on YouTube and stuff, they usually have a 10-minute clip of the next episode. So I feel like I usually end up watching these episodes a couple times. It starts out with Terry and Heather, and they talked about Terry's stroke. And the one thing I was really wondering about Terry's stroke, he seems very, in that scene and stuff, he seemed very coherent and put together. And I'm not saying strokes are always super detrimental, but it is interesting, he is a surgeon, he's a plastic surgeon. So I'm just interested to know, is he still allowed to practice? Are you still allowed to practice any type of doctoral procedures when you've had a stroke? No matter how severe it is, I think to an extent, you can kind of, you can tell how bad a stroke is, but also that person could have another stroke at any time. So you don't want to be in the middle of him doing something and then it happens again. So I'm kind of interested if he's, I don't know, I could probably Google it and find out, but I'm just interested to know, does Terry still practice? Or is he retired? He probably doesn't even need to make money anymore at this point. I feel like him and Heather have they've gotten their coins, so I don't know if he even needs to practice still. I don't even know if Botched, because I know Botched was his show, obviously, so I wonder if he even still does that. I don't know if that show's even still on, but yeah, so that was what I was thinking when I was watching that. I was wonder if Terry still practices plastic surgery, because it seems a little bit of a liability to have a man who just had a stroke practice. Or maybe he's taking a break until he is in a better place. I have no idea. Then Katie is bringing up the Heather tagging her in this post situation again, and she routed up to Heather. Heather denied it and said she had no idea and that somebody on her social media team did it. To me, I don't really understand, I guess, what Katie's point is. What is Heather getting out of tagging you in this photo? That's what I don't understand. I stand by, I think it was a boomer moment and somebody clicked the wrong thing, whether it was Heather or somebody on her team. I have no idea. I think it was a boomer moment, or potentially if it was somebody else doing it, maybe they were stirring the pot. I have no idea. To me, it just seemed like an accident. I have no idea. It seems kind of weird. Katie was also bringing up the paparazzi photos and how she knows for a fact that she planned those photos. I'm I have no doubt that Heather probably wants the attention from paparazzi and stuff like that. It doesn't surprise me if it is true, but at the same time, once again, what are we doing? To me, it's I don't really care. I don't at this point with paparazzi and stuff, I'm I kind of assume that everybody calls the paparazzi on themselves, unless they're really they seem like they're trying to hide their face or something, or they're going to an airport or something. I feel like most people at this point, I just assume that most celebrities call the paparazzi on themselves or give a tip to people about where they're gonna be at whatever time. I just don't believe that paparazzi just happens to be in the right place and right time and then just catch you Then we go on to Shannon is talking about John is suing her, and it was $75,000 or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but my understanding, I could be wrong, I think I saw this when it came up in real time, and I want to say it was for unpaid plastic surgery or something that Shannon had that he paid for. I don't know. What Shannon said about it too was you're gonna spend more in lawyers than you are with the 75 grand, and it does seem like he's being very spiteful for like no reason. He seems like he is just trying to be spiteful and stuff towards Shannon. The one thing I am though, I'm just tired of Shannon in all of these scenes is just acting like she has, ever since her and David got divorced, she just acts like she has no money and she's just like this broke bitch. And like, it's like, yeah, because you're living in Orange County, like, you know, driving your nice cars, your nice clothes, all of that stuff, and you don't have money. Like, don't try to make it out like you don't have money to send your kids to college. I'm sure their college is already like paid in full, basically. Like, and I highly doubt that even though David Bedore is probably like, he's probably not legally required to like help his, obviously like once a kid turns 18, like the parents are not legally required to like help them in any way, shape, and form, but like I'm sure David is also probably like contributing to his kids' lives, I would assume, because it sounds like him and Shannon are also on like a better place now at this point. So yeah, I just have a hard time, like, don't come in here and act like you don't have any money, because I know you do. I know you do. I know you could always have more, and like that's wonderful and great, but don't act broke. Like, I'm not buying it. So then we move on to Jen and her boyfriend Ryan talking about going to Vegas, and Jen is also talking about, I guess, that her yoga studio, which my understanding based on the show so far is that this is like not just her yoga studio, but like she has other partners in the business, and that, you know, and so she's saying that a different person was renting them that space pre-COVID and then gave them a break during COVID on the rent, and then now somebody else has taken over the rent and now is basically suing them for back rent. At this point, I just, like, Jen's life is in such shambles. I don't really, like, I don't understand how this woman has just continually gotten herself into the deepest shit possible. And then on top of it, she's talking about going to Vegas with Ryan and is like, should we post it or not, you know? And Ryan's like, fuck it, like, you know, just, yeah, like, post it anyway, who cares? They already, you know, think this and that. And it's like, okay, but like, maybe we don't need to, like, all this stuff is coming out about you not being able to pay certain bills and you're gonna show off like going to Vegas and stuff. Like, I don't know if that's the best idea, but you know, to each their own. I also saw recently, and I don't know how true this is, that Ryan is potentially involved in some type of kind of dark gambling ring or something. I don't really know much about it. All I really have to say is that I hope Jen and her kids are like okay. I just feel bad. I feel like she just keeps, I don't know like to what level she's aware or cares or has the ability to leave, or I don't know. I just hope that she and her kids are okay. I don't know. I hope everything's okay, but it's really sad to like see her just kind of fall apart. Moving on to some lighter parts of this episode, Katie making the joke about how she was gonna have this golf game with all the girls and calling it drinking and driving is so funny. Like the fact that also that did not occur to her that would be something bad, or like a bad name, and to say it in front of Shannon to do drinking and driving is so fun. It was so funny. Gina also was judging the clothes that like Katie was giving them to wear for their golf stuff, and I was like, okay, I was looking at them and I was like, those are cute. I want those clothes. I love the little like tennis dresses and stuff, like little athletic dresses that they had and stuff, and the cardigans. It was so cute. But Gina's not the best judge of character when it comes to clothing, in my opinion. So Jen, like I said, she needs to just lay low and not post what she's doing on Instagram all the time. I think that's where she's getting herself into a lot of trouble. It's just like posting all of like, I'm, you know, I have to move out of my house, but I'm going to Vegas and all this and that. And then, you know, it's just like, just don't stop posting all this stuff. Like, you are just putting a target on your back constantly when you're just like bringing all this stuff up. It's just like, yeah, don't be braggadocious or whatever. Just like, lay low, at least like while you know you're on the hot seat right now still, so maybe just lay low. under the radar. That's how you want to be right now. You're just bringing more attention to yourself. So yeah. And my last and final thought was that, so Katie had told all the women, I believe that Heather did call the paparazzi, and I have proof and all this stuff and whatever. Then what really bothers me is, of course, we have Miss Tammy Sue bringing it up and making it out like she wasn't also saying crap last year about how Heather was doing the fake paparazzi photos and stuff like that. Like, she is now throwing Katie under the bus, saying, yeah, Katie, you know, she's bringing this up to everybody, and she's saying she has proof that, you know, you called the paparazzi on yourself or whatever, and you know, this and that. And then Heather, of course, gets mad at Katie when it's like, okay, but why are we not, like, the pot stirrer Tamra, of course, has to, like, throw it at somebody else when she's the one who, like, her and, wasn't it like her and, what's her name? Teddy brought it up on, like, their podcast or whatever, and they were the ones claiming that Heather had called the paparazzi on herself. Tamra was the one who brought this story to last season, and now she's like, but Katie's the one who says she has proof. Well, it's like, wait, okay, so that's more than you had. You were just, like, saying shit. Anyway, I just don't like when Tamra does this stuff where she just, like, throws stuff out there and just, like, blows the whole room up and just lets it burn while she gets away scot-free. Girl, bye. It's so annoying. Tamra just really pisses me off sometimes. Anyway, all I have to say though, I don't know how to feel about this, like, Katie Heather situation. To me, it's just dumb. The tagging thing is dumb. Her asking people, mutual friends, about Katie, to me is like, okay, well, if she knew you were gonna be on this season, I don't see what's wrong with her asking about you to people who do know you. Like, I don't personally see an issue with that. I don't really understand, like, what the problem is, I have to say. Heather is an odd duck, I will say. You know, I understand having questioning her actions sometimes, but to me it's like, just drop the bone that's in your mouth, because it's just going nowhere real fast. Those are basically all my thoughts for this episode. I know we're only on episode 4, but I hope it picks up. I just want them to, like, go on a trip or something, because right now I'm just bored. It's like every episode is like they go to, like, a dive bar and this and that. They're playing a game, and then that's it. That's, like, the whole episode. I'm bored. Please give me something else. Please. Those were basically all my thoughts for this episode, and let me know what you guys thought respectfully in the comments, and I will see you next week for more Real Housewives of Orange County. So, toodaloo.